Why are Bitcoin developers terrified of government adoption? The answer might surprise you, and it shows why Bitcoin's independence from the state is more critical than most realize. John Carvalho, a veteran Bitcoin developer and CEO of Synonym, joined me on the T.F.T.C podcast to explain why government involvement with Bitcoin could destroy its fundamental purpose. In this episode, we explore 4 critical arguments about Bitcoin's relationship with government: why it was designed as people's money outside the system, how white market alignment undermines its core features, why optimizing for government integration is dangerous, and how protecting Bitcoin from state control is more important than seeking adoption. Before we continue, if you enjoy these breakdowns, hit the like and subscribe button for more TFTC content. Full episode linked below. In this first clip, John explains Bitcoin's true nature as market-issued money and why integration with government systems could strip away everything that makes it valuable. His perspective might fundamentally change how you think about Bitcoin adoption.
Bitcoin as a black market money, as a market-issued money. In other words, the people issued it and manage it, not the government, not a central organization. That makes it a black market money, and its core utility is being a money that is not part of the system. If you go and take that money and you put it in the system, you're not accomplishing anything. You're just, participating in the old system. You're not helping Bitcoin. You're not helping Bitcoiners. You're just creating something that might have to unwind at some point, because ultimately the government is like antithetical to Bitcoin, and they're not aligned with Bitcoin. And any amount of having Bitcoin in white markets, you're just going to lose some or all of the qualities of Bitcoin to have it in that white market.
John's explanation directly addresses our first argument about Bitcoin's core utility as market-issued money. When he defines Bitcoin as black market money, he's not talking about anything illegal. He's highlighting that Bitcoin was created by and for the people, not governments or central organizations. At 1031, we see this constantly. The most valuable Bitcoin companies aren't trying to integrate with existing systems. They're preserving Bitcoin's core features. When John warns about losing qualities in white markets, he's highlighting something crucial. Every attempt to integrate Bitcoin into government systems strips away the very properties that make it revolutionary. This isn't just about having a different type of money. It's about maintaining a system that cannot be co-opted by centralized authorities. Think about how profound this is. The moment we start integrating Bitcoin into government systems, we begin dismantling its core purpose. His point about assets unwinding isn't theoretical. It's a warning about the practical consequences of compromising Bitcoin's fundamental design. This first point clearly demonstrates why Bitcoin's core utility lies in its independence from traditional systems, but this raises an important question. Why exactly will white market alignment be regrettable for Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is not for the white market. All white market alignment is going to be regrettable at some point. And I have no interest in trying to help the current government succeed at being, having more resources and being more involved in Bitcoin. It's just not my interest. It's just not why I'm here. I make the things we make at Synonym, and the reason I care about Bitcoin is so we can do things without the government. So yeah, you guys have fun. I don't even know if you're part of the group. I'm just saying, whoever's interested, leave me out of it. Have fun. I don't care what the outcome is, honestly.
John's stark dismissal of white market alignment perfectly illustrates our second argument about how government integration undermines Bitcoin's purpose. His point about having no interest in helping the current government succeed cuts to the heart of the matter. Bitcoin wasn't created to enhance government power. It was created to provide an alternative to it. This perspective challenges the common narrative that government adoption is good for Bitcoin. Instead, John suggests that such adoption fundamentally misunderstands Bitcoin's purpose. When he says, "This is not why I'm here," he's expressing a philosophy that views Bitcoin not as a tool to be integrated into existing power structures, but as an escape from them. Think about what this means. Every step toward government integration is a step away from Bitcoin's original purpose. The implications are profound. By seeking government approval or integration, we risk transforming Bitcoin from a tool of financial sovereignty into just another controlled asset. This directly supports our thesis that Bitcoin should remain outside government control. By putting Bitcoin into white markets, we risk turning a tool for independence into just another government-controlled asset. But this leads us to an even more critical question. How should we think about Bitcoin's relationship with government?
Pristine money incentives, game theory. Look, anybody can use Bitcoin, right? Not everybody can use Bitcoin, another topic, but anybody could use it. Me saying I have no interest in the government or that white market Bitcoin is untenable is not to be conflated with, thus we must disallow the government from using Bitcoin and try to stop them from using it and be mad when they use it. No, it's just saying that in the grand scheme of things, in how Bitcoin works and where it sits in the world, if you actually are trying to optimize for anything to do with its existence, you wouldn't care so much about trying to optimize its place with governments. You would care more about protecting it from that situation.
This clip provides a crucial reframing of our third argument about Bitcoin's relationship with government. When John explains that anybody can use Bitcoin, he's making a subtle but powerful point. The issue isn't about excluding governments, it's about prioritizing protection over integration. Think about this distinction. Bitcoin doesn't need to prevent government use, but it must resist government control. This isn't just philosophical, it's about maintaining Bitcoin's fundamental properties. At its core, Bitcoin works best when we focus on protecting its essential qualities rather than trying to optimize it for government adoption. The difference between use and control is critical here. Governments can use Bitcoin just like anyone else. But the moment we start optimizing the system for government integration, we risk compromising everything that makes Bitcoin valuable. At 1031, we see this tension play out in real time as companies navigate between building sovereign tools and facing regulatory pressure. John's insight about where Bitcoin sits in the world suggests something profound. Bitcoin's success doesn't depend on government acceptance or integration. In fact, trying to optimize Bitcoin for government integration could undermine the very properties that make it revolutionary. But this raises a crucial question. How do we ensure Bitcoin remains protected from government control?
Nobody knows what's best. James doesn't know what's best. Covenants lovers don't know what's best. And even if they did, they would, as evidenced by my attempt to get people to just merely move a decimal place and get them to even read the BIP or understand any aspect of what I was trying to do, I think that's very clear evidence that you have no hope of getting users to consent to covenants or a soft fork, right? So all you're really doing is you're saying, like James is saying, I really strongly believe that there should be a clearer political process for me to do what's best for Bitcoin.
This final clip crystallizes our fourth argument about protecting Bitcoin from state control through its natural resistance to centralization. John uses the example of protocol changes to illustrate a broader point. Even simple changes like decimal place formatting face significant resistance in Bitcoin. This isn't a bug, it's Bitcoin's immune system at work. When John talks about the difficulty of getting users to consent, he's highlighting Bitcoin's built-in protection mechanism against any centralized control, whether from developers, companies, or governments. The parallel between technical changes and government control is clear. Both represent attempts to modify Bitcoin's fundamental properties to serve specific interests. This resistance to change is what ultimately protects Bitcoin's essential qualities from being compromised by state control. Think about what this means in practice. The same mechanisms that make it difficult to change Bitcoin's technical properties also make it resistant to government co-option. This built-in resistance to change, whether technical or political, serves as Bitcoin's primary defense against centralized control. The difficulty in achieving consensus, even for seemingly simple changes, demonstrates how Bitcoin's decentralized nature inherently protects it from any single entity, including governments, gaining too much influence over the system. Is government adoption actually good for Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this breakdown of government Bitcoin control interesting, you'll want to watch our analysis of how currency collapses happen and why Bitcoin changes everything. Click the video on your screen now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching. Stay humble. Stack sats.